Happy President's Day, calculates. I know you've probably been in anticipation all weekend of getting 5.3b notes. Okay, so we've already been talking about this a little bit. We're just making this more formal in your notes. And that if we want the slope of our g function, it's the reciprocal of the slope of our f function at the mirror image point. So there's formal definition. Another way we can think of this is g prime of y would be 1 over f prime of x. It'll be the slope at x. Remember, these are switched. Or the slope at x is 1 over the slope for f of y. Now, I'm going to summarize this in a bit of a different way for you. So here's my summary. If f and g are inverses and you want the slope at a, you're going to take a, because that's the y value for f of x, and you're going to set it equal to f of x and then solve for x. And that'll give you the point x comma a, which is on f of x. Now you know that the point on G is a comma x, because the point switches, the x's and the y's trade places. And so next you will find f prime of x, and then you'll take the reciprocal, which is the slope at a. Alright, so let's try a few of these. So we want the slope at 2, and we know the point on G is 2 comma 8. So that immediately tells us that on F, it's the point 8 comma 2. So we need the slope at 8, because that is my x value. So the first thing I have to do is find the slope generically, which of course is going to be 1/2, and then all of that to the negative 1/2. So that'll put it on bottom. And so now when I find the slope at 8, I get 1 over 2 square root of 4, which is going to be 1/4. So now I know that my slope for g prime of 2 is the reciprocal, which is 4. Woohoo! On the next one, I want the slope at negative 2. Well, of course, I need to know what the point is, and the only thing I know is that this will be the y value for f of x. Since I can't find what the y value is for g of x, I can at least use that as the y value for f of x. So that means if it's the y value, then I'm going to stick it in for y, and it'll look like this. And then of course I have to set it equal to 0. This doesn't factor, so I'm going to have to put it into my calculator to solve. So I want you to stop the video and do that first. Find the solution. I got negative 1.068, so now I know that's the x value, and I already have the y value, which means g of x generates the mirror image point, and I need to know the slope on f of x at this x value. So first I have to find the slope. So there's my slope, my first derivative, and now I want to know that slope at negative 1.068. So again, I'll use my calculator to get it. And there it is. And now I'm going to take the reciprocal of that. And there it is.